Okay, so let's say you have finished your background design for your cityscape and you have nailed everything on the rubric. You're all done. It looks amazing. There's no more you could add. What if you want to do more? Well, let's talk about character design. Let's say this is a video game and you want to add a character to it. So open a new drawing. Now you know how to use the shape tool. All right, you're just going to put together different shapes to create your character. I'm going to do a very simple character. You can spend a lot more time on this than I am. I'm just going to use an oval for the head. I'm going to tilt it. I'm going to add a shape for the hair. I'm going to add a shape. I want mine to be some sort of masked superhero, so I'm going to give it a mask. I'm going to use very basic shapes, basically just rectangles for the torso, for the legs, for the arms. And I'm going to position and tilt them until I get my character looking the way I want. Now, you're going to be putting a whole bunch of shapes together. And you might have trouble with overlapping, but remember, you know how to change the arrangement of those overlapping layers, okay? So you know how to select something and then go up to arrange order and either send it to the back or bring it to the front if you need it to be in front of something else. So once you have your character put together, it's all going to be a bunch of separate shapes until you group them together. So make sure you hit the select tool, go above it, click, drag to surround all of your shapes. Now they're all selected. Go to arrange, go down to group. When you click on group, it all becomes one thing. So I click on it and I can move the entire thing at once. All right, I can resize it, I can tilt it. All right, but I don't have to worry about, oh, now I need to move the hair and I need to move the face and I need to move the body. I'm not having to move separate things. It's all one piece because I went to arrange and I grouped them together. So now I want to put my character in my background design. I go to edit, I click copy. Now I go over to my background design, I go to edit, I go to paste. Now there's keyboard shortcuts you could do for this. Okay, Command C or Control C on a Chromebook, and then Command V or Control V for paste. So now my character is in here. It is still grouped together, so I can resize it, I can tilt it, I can move it, and I'm not having to worry about individual pieces coming apart or moving separately. All right, so now what happens if I want to do animation? Well, I need to transfer everything from a drawing to a slideshow. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move my character out of the way first. Now I'm going to go to my select tool and I'm going to click above and drag and select everything in my background design. I'm going to group it together. Go to arrange, go down to group. Now I want to copy this, so use your keyboard shortcut. You see how it's all one thing now? Okay. I want to copy this, go to edit, copy, or use your keyboard shortcut. Now I'm going to go to a new slideshow. This is important. You have to do animation on a slideshow or it won't work. All right, so my first slide, I do not want these titles in there. Okay, I'm going to select them and hit delete. Now I'm going to go to edit and paste my background design in here. There you go. You might need to resize it a little bit to get it to fit, but you've got your scene. And it's still grouped together, so you don't have to worry about separate things moving, okay, one by one. Now I want to bring my character over. So now I'm going to go back to the drawing, select my character, copy it, go back to my new slideshow, and paste my character in. Now I need to move my character where I want it to start. So if I want my character to fly from right to left across the screen, I'm going to tilt it and resize it and position it where I want it to begin. begin. Oops, make sure you click the right thing in order to move it. But once you have everything where you want it to start, the trick with animation is to duplicate your image and move it slightly, and then repeat that a million times, okay? So I will need to move my character just a tiny bit. I'm going to use my arrow buttons to move it literally like 1 or 2 clicks. Go to slide, duplicate slide. Click on my character, move it 1 or 2 times. Go to slide, duplicate, click on my character, move it 1 or 2 times. Over and over and over again. It goes pretty quickly, all right? It's very repetitive, but it's quite simple. It's a lot simpler than animation used to be, when every one of these frames had to be completely hand-drawn, every single slide. All right, so animation has gotten a lot easier. It is still repetitive, but if you do it correctly and you move it tiny bit by tiny bit, your movement will end up looking very smooth and fluid, and you'll be very pleased with the result. When you want to check your animation, go back to the top of your slide deck and click on your first slide. Now you're going to sort of like go through these slides by hitting the arrow buttons and go slide by slide by slide. You can hold your arrow button down to get a good feeling for the fluidity of your animation. So again, go back to your first slide, hit your arrow button, hold it down to see how your animation is. You don't want it to be jerky. If it looks jerky, it probably means that you moved it too far in between a single slide. So that's it. That's animation. Have fun with this.